Hi everyone, my name is Leo and with this video we will share a demo review of the NUX Amp Academy Stomp. First of all, we will hear the unit in action with the demo song, then we will describe in details the main characteristics of the unit, then we will hear more sounds, and finally I will give you my 2 cents. So please subscribe and ring the bell, as it would really help me to create more content like this. Let's start with the demo song. Let's now describe the NUX Amp Academy Stomp. The Amp Academy Stomp is a digital amp modeler and a multi-effect processor featuring the TSAC 4K NUX physical white box modeling algorithms, therefore the most advanced modeling technology that NUX has to offer. Furthermore, it offers also the possibility to load NUM profiles simply by using the computer app and pressing the Image button. In this way, we can select the NUM files of our choice and import them in the unit, having 30 slots at our disposal, which is super nice. We'll discuss the quality of these profiles in the more sound section of this video, where we will do our NULL test. Coming back to the regular white box modeling features, it has 28 amps and 34 preloaded IRs, with a total amount of 120 free blocks, where we can load our own IRs at 1024 sample points. Here it is worth noticing that we have the Stereo Cyber IR engine that is also available in the Solid Studio Mark II, and therefore this unit is able to load 2 IRs at the same time. Each preloaded IRs includes also the simulation of 9 mics with the possibility to move them in the space, I mean across the cab in a matrix of 20 fixed positions for each of the 2 IRs. So basically here we can, for instance, load the same IR in both sides, but we can use an SM57 mic on one side and a Royer 1-to-1 on the other side, thus having the classical mic combination that we all love. Furthermore, we can load our own profiles in 30 user slots, as I said previously. In terms of signal chain, it has 9 effects blocks. The blocks are divided into sets, the one before the IRs and the one after. Within these 2 sets of blocks, we can arrange the effects in whatever order we want. To be noticed that the delay and the reverb can be in parallel or in series. Furthermore, in terms of effects, we have 2 noise gates, 3 compressors, an effect block where we can load 15 effects among overdrives, distortions, wah-wah. Then we have 2 EQs, the effect loop for external effects, and then we have 7 delays and 5 reverbs that, as I said, can be in parallel or series. Finally, I would add that we can not replicate many times the same effect blocks. To be noticed that we have both simulations of preamps or power amps alone, meaning that this unit can be paired with a tube preamp like the Victory V4 or the Zacalix mothership. So this unit provides the power amp and IR simulations. It is also important to point out that the amp block is where we can also load our NUM profiles, and that when loading NUM profiles, the IR block is still available. This is different from, for instance, some other units where when we load NUM profiles, the IR block is disabled. I would also mention that via the global settings we can decide if to use the foot switches in preset, scene or stomp mode. And we also have a global EQ which can be used, for instance, in live situations to adapt our tone to the room where we are playing. The device features 27 preset slots with 3 scenes each for gapless switching functionalities. Furthermore, we have a 2.86 inches color LCD displays, which is not touch sensitive, but still the unit is pretty easy to be used thanks to the physical buttons and of course the user-friendly computer app with which we can customize our signal chain or load NUM profiles or IRs. In terms of connectivity, the Amp Academy Stomp provides us with a guitar input, a mono effect loop, stereo, balanced TRS outputs, phones out for silent practice, MIDI I/O via mini jack, an expression pedal input for the additional NMP2 light controller, which is included in the box. To be noticed that the mini jack to standard MIDI jacks cable converters are included in the box. Furthermore, the unit also features Bluetooth connectivity to be controlled via a phone app, other than the computer app. The Amp Academy Stomp can serve as a 4x4 USB-C audio interface at 24 bits and 48 kHz, which is nice because typically other units in this price range offer 44.1 kHz solution and not 48, and this, in my opinion, helps also the quality of NUM profiles. For power requirements, the Amp Academy Stomp can run on 9V center negative power supply or via USB, with a current draw of less than 500 mA. The dimensions are shown in the screen and it weighs 0.9 kg. The price is around 300 euros, positioning it in the mid-range segment of digital modeling devices, and of course in direct competition with the NUX pedal, also having the possibility to load profiles. Let's now hear some more sounds also performing the NULL test. Welcome to the more sounds section of this video. We will now share 4 tests. In the first one, we will check out some lead tones comparing the NUX NUM profiles versus a real Mesa Boogie Mark V. Then, with the second test, we will perform our beloved NULL test. Then, with the third test, we will check out the dynamic range management and the note envelope of this unit versus the ones of a real Soldano SLO 100. Finally, I will let you hear some tones using the internal white box modeling amps. Let's start with the first test, with some lead tones. Okay, in my opinion it sounds pretty good. I can't hear too much differences here. So now let's perform the NULL test, checking out my NUM profiles of a Soldano slot 100 loaded in this unit versus the real deal. And just for reference, I would also add the results for the NULL plugin and for the Valeton GP5 profiles. And please notice that all these profiles, included the ones of a Tone King and of the Mesa Boogie, are included in my NULL Essential Profiles pack that you can check out following the link in the description below. Before the test results, let me give you a brief recap of what the NULL test is, if you are new to the channel. The NULL test is based on the principle that if we play two tones at the same time with one of them phase inverted, the lower is the resulting integrated LUFS, the more the two tones are similar. So now let's play the NULL plugin versus the real Soldano. So the resulting LUFS is minus 40.8. And now the GP5 versus the real Soldano. And now my NULL profile of a real Soldano loaded in this box versus the real Soldano phase inverted. So with the NUX we have a minus 31.5 LUFS. With the GP5 we have minus 30.6, where the NULL plugin scores minus 30.8. And just for reference, the NULL players scores minus 40.3 and the Tone pedal scores minus 34.9. Of course, the fact that the NULL profiles is converted to the proprietary NUX format may be the reason why we have some quality loss compared to units that lower NULL profiles natively. But still we have a pretty good result here. And now let's check out the dynamic range management and the note envelope. And now let's listen some white modeling tones. Okay, please let me know your opinions in the comment section below. I'm pretty curious to discuss and share with you the tonal differences you may have heard. And now let's jump to the conclusion with my 2 cents section of this video. Considerations here, and please notice that these are gonna be my personal opinions for my specific use cases, and you may not agree with me, and this is totally fine. Furthermore, NUX has sent me this unit for free, and this video is actually sponsored by NUX, as I have also built some presets that are included in the unit. But as usually, I know that my clients are you, so here you have only my honest opinions. Let's examine together the pros and cons of the unit. The pros. First, the TSAC 4K modeling technology provides nice amp simulations. Of course, the simulations we all know and appreciate from NUX. Then I would mention the connectivity options included, which are USB audio interface, MIDI I/O, which provides versatility for different setup, also considering that the audio interface provides 4 channels at 48 kHz and 24 bits. The possibility to load 2 simultaneous IRs also with mic placement and SIM is nice and useful. It is cool to have parallel delays and reverbs in a unit in this price point. I love the possibility to load NAMM profiles here in this pretty compact and expensive unit. And the profiles sound very good in my opinion. Here maybe the conversion at 48 kHz helps, where other units at 44.1 need to strip down the NAMM profiles to use them properly. In terms of cons, I would mention the missing chorus effects, which would be handy and useful in order to have a complete all-around solution. All in all, I would say that the NUX Amp Academy Stomp offers a nice platform for guitarists seeking amp modeling and profiling in a compact format. Especially the possibility to load NAMM profiles gives this unit and to the whole NUX family of devices a whole new fresh perspective. I really hope that this is just the first unit to offer this possibility, and other of NUX family will join in the future. Please let me know your opinions in the comment section below. I'm curious to discuss and share the tonal differences you may have heard, and to which other units you would compare the Amp Academy Stomp. Maybe the NUX pedal is the one. We have now reached the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell and leave a thumb up, as it would be of great help. If you're interested in my IRs or in my NAMM or NUX profiles, you can check out the link in the card above or description below, where there is also a link to a playlist of songs of mine and to my new EP, Art, Love, Freedom. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.